Good morning, YouTube. Another beautiful windy sunrise here in the Algarve, Portugal. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go sit down at this little tower here. Not sure what this was back in the day, but it's a nice place to hide from the wind. I'm gonna continue my introduction and story for y'all. So, in order to kind of understand where this channel is going, I'm hoping to share where I came from. And a big part of that is what shaped me growing up. So this might resonate with some of you. Hopefully, it's helpful in understanding why I'm doing this. So I grew up in a seemingly normal household, but always struggled with food, eating, overeating. Thanks to parents that largely kept junk food and crap out of the house, I grew up at a relatively normal weight. I had my ups and downs, middle school, high school. I had periods where I gained a lot of weight, like when I was working at Carvel. For those of you not from the Northeast in the US, it's an ice cream chain. I worked there for 4 years. Probably put on 20, 30 pounds. I would lose it for lacrosse season, gain weight again in the winter, and normal kind of yo-yo dieting. I'm sure a lot of people go through that. So it's 2004. I'm in high school. Things are, going all right, and World of Warcraft gets released. My best friend and I start playing. Quickly, we get addicted. So, if you've seen the South Park episode, yeah, it was kind of like that. Basically, any free time we had outside of school and getting our work done was spent playing video games, eating crap, etc. So, fast forward to 2005, graduate from high school, still playing World of Warcraft, working a job. Things are still going all right. I probably put on about 20, 30 pounds that summer between high school and college. And then in the fall, go off to college. So, college starts. I find school kind of boring. Find it easy to get good grades and pass tests with minimal studying. So, of course, I'm spending all my free time video gaming, eating crap, drinking, and living a generally very unhealthy lifestyle. Between the fall and the spring that year, I gained about 40 pounds. So, backtrack 20, 30 pounds summer before college, plus another 30, 40 pounds. You get in the picture. Time goes on, go into my second year of college. At this point, I'm feeling pretty unhealthy, start having some serious body image issues. I start realizing that I'm heading down a pretty bad path, but don't do anything about it. Still living the same unhealthy and self-destructive lifestyle that I have been. So by 2007, I'm up to about 295 pounds. So between senior year of high school, end of the second year of college, I gained about 100 pounds. And I have sort of an epiphany that if I head down this path any further, I'm heading towards an early grave. And that's a hard pill to swallow as a 20-year-old. So winter 2007 into 2008, I decide to join a gym. I find a gym off campus because I'm too embarrassed to do anything really physical in public in my current state. So the town near me ends up having a powerlifting gym. And somehow I don't remember how I connect with these guys, and they take me under their wing. Now, these are big, strong dudes. If you know anything about powerlifting, they're squatting, benching, deadlifting hundreds of pounds. And here I am. I remember at one point, a couple of months in, I'm 275 pounds and I can't even bench press 135 pounds. So a plate per side. But I don't let that discourage me. And I show up 3, 4 days a week for powerlifting practice. These guys teach me the ropes, and uh, I get into it. And over time, I'm slowly losing weight, getting stronger, feeling a little bit more confident. And it's around that same time, 2008, that I discovered the bodybuilding.com community. So anyone that's been around in the lifting world for a while will probably remember bodybuilding.com. Primarily weightlifting, nutrition, a whole lot of other topics and nonsense going on those forums. But I joined the forum and realized there's a section dedicated to primarily drug-free bodybuilding. Now, up until this point, I knew about bodybuilding and I was always interested in it, a fan of the sport. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a huge role model, believe it or not, for me growing up. And I never knew that you could do drug-free bodybuilding. I always thought that steroids were just part of the game and it was a necessary evil. So I start posting on bodybuilding.com and I gain a lot of support and get a lot of information and, just it was a tremendous place to be back in the mid to early 2000s. There was a contest prep section there, and people would log their workouts and show, what they were doing to prepare for these shows. That's where I met some of the 3D Muscle Journey, 3D MJ founders, and what I decided to do back in January or February of 2008 was essentially uh, out in the public forum announced that I would do a show the following year. And mind you, this is still in the very early parts of my journey, so I'm still very overweight. I don't look like I lift. None of that. What I started doing is, I believe it was about 1 year out from the show. So I first attended a show in the fall of 2008. And then shortly after, I committed to doing that show in 2009. And I started a prep log there, and it was titled "My 50-Week Journey to the Stage." I posted starting pictures. I basically stated my goal, and I got a lot of negative feedback, believe it or not. So sure, there were some people saying, hey, you could do it, being nice, but I got a lot of people saying, hey, you have no idea what you're doing. You're very, very far from looking like anything that lifts, let alone a bodybuilder. But again, didn't let that discourage me. Started to log my workouts, learn more about nutrition, try to absorb the collective wisdom of the forums there. And, over time, over the coming months, started making some progress and, quickly realized that if you want to make a change and are committed to it, you can do it. So, um, I think I'll stop here today and pick this up in the next vlog. If you're interested in following along, please, subscribe, give this video a like. If you've been on the bodybuilding.com forums at any point in time, comment below. Maybe comment with your handle. I'd be curious to see if I run into any folks from the community there. Anyway, this is getting long. Cheers.